Good morning. I am Kathleen Joyce Miano discussing about the periodical serial. In this video, let us discuss what is periodical serials, what are the types, examples, services and resources, and so on. So first of all, what is periodical? Periodical is a publication with multiple articles which appears more than once, usually on a regular basis. Articles from periodicals provide more recent information than books since they can publish more quickly. There are three types of periodicals. Those are scholarly periodical, trade periodical, and popular periodical. First, let's talk about the scholarly periodical. The scholarly articles are academic article, longer and use technical language, written by professionals in the field, and includes fully documented footnotes and references. Most importantly, some scholarly articles are peer-reviewed. This means that the article is submitted to the panel of experts who reviewed the information for accuracy before the article's release. A peer-reviewed article gives your research paper credibility, and these are the example of scholarly journal. The second type is the trade periodical. It is written for specific industries or fields. These articles are sometimes written by experts or on the other hand by journalists. New trends or development, trade periodical does not go peer-reviewed process. And the trade periodical, also known as the industry and the professional. The third type of periodical is a popular periodical. A popular periodical, usually a magazine or newspapers, appeals to a popular rather than a scholarly or professional audiences. General news and entertainment magazine. The articles in popular magazine and newspapers are shorter in length, written by journalists, and written for general audiences. Popular magazine can be identified by the clothing images and advertisement. Additionally, they barely cite their sources. Popular magazine and newspapers are useful in academic research when you need recent local news stories, current hot topics, or latest news coverage. On the next slide, let me show you the sample video clips about the periodicals.
As a college student, it is important to know the difference between scholarly trade and popular periodicals. Often, instructors will ask you to use a specific type of periodical to complete an assignment. Usually the requirement is a scholarly or trade publication. Periodicals or publications are issued on a regular basis. Scholarly periodicals are known as journals, while trade or popular periodicals are called magazines. Scholarly periodicals are considered such because their articles are written by experts within a specific field, and the authors are often reporting on original research. Before they are published, most scholarly articles are evaluated for quality by other experts within the field in a process called peer review. As such, scholarly periodicals are also known as peer-reviewed, refereed, academic, or research journals. Trade periodicals are also written for specific industries or fields. These articles are sometimes written by experts and other times by journalists. Because their purpose is to report in a timely manner on new trends or developments within a field, most trade articles do not go through a peer review process. Trade publications are also known as industry or professional magazines. Popular magazines are very different from scholarly journals or trade magazines. They are written by staff or journalists and do not go through a peer review process. Their purpose is to inform or entertain, and they can typically be found on your grocery store shelves. Newspapers fall into this category. It is often easier to distinguish scholarly journals from magazines when looking at their print versions. Journals usually are somber in appearance, black text on a white background with little color, and rarely include flashy advertisements. Trade and popular magazines, on the other hand, usually have colorful and flashy covers, as well as lots of photographs and advertisements. If you are using the library's article databases, many have features that allow you to limit your search results to scholarly journals, trade publications, and/or newspapers. Even with this feature, distinguishing between the different types of periodicals in the electronic environment can be difficult. Here are some characteristics of a scholarly article that can help. These articles typically contain an abstract which summarizes the main points, methodology and results sections, charts and graphs, technical or specialized vocabulary, a bibliography or list of references at the end, and numerous pages. Trade and popular magazine articles, by comparison, are typically only a few pages in length at most, written in less technical language, and even in the electronic environment, include pictures. Trade magazines can be distinguished from popular magazines by looking at the content of the article and title of the publication. If the content does not have the attributes of a scholarly article, but its subject matter and title appear to be of interest to a specific field or industry, it's probably a trade article.
Next is the serial. According to the National Library of the Philippines, the serial section provides access to serial collections which are locally published by non-governmental organization, institution, and societies and any academic and university. According also to the National Library of the Philippines, the serial section collections include provincial newspapers, campus and university journals, brochures, souvenirs and fiesta programs, invitations, posters, leaflets, calendars, posters, and other peripherals. Also, the serial publications are the magazines, newspapers, newsletters, annual publications, reports, yearbooks, directories, etc., company reports, minutes of periodical conferences, transactions, etc. Monographic series can also be considered a serial publication. Next is the function of serial sections. The serial department is responsible for all functions related to obtaining and making serials available in the library. These include ordering, receiving, cataloging, binding, maintaining holdings, list alphabetical and subject, shelving, and physical wedding. And lastly is the summary. The summary is the periodicals, journals, magazines, annual and irregular serials are all types of serials. A periodical is a type of serial published with a fixed interval between each issue. The journals and magazines are types of periodicals. So that's all. Thank you everyone and God bless.